Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to the weekly Breslov Parsha Shir. This week's Parsha is Emor. And Emor begins with Emor el Kohanim b'nei Aaron v'yamato aleim lenefesh lo yitamo ba'amav. Speak to Aaron, the Kohanim, and their children. Do not become impure, because the person who is impure cannot serve in the temple. So be careful, don't become impure. Okay, that's the pasuk. Rashi says, what's Emor el HaKohanim b'nei Aaron? The Kohanim, the children of Aaron, they only come from Aaron. Why do you need redundancy? Says Rashi, Lahazir Gedolim al Aktanim, to warn the Gedolim, the elders, to teach their children also not to become impure. Chinuch, which means teaching the children, starts at a young age, before they're actually qualified to do the service. That's a great thing. Teach a child, King Solomon says in Proverbs, Chanoich l'na'ar al pi darkoi. Teach the child according to his level. Gam ki yazkin lo yosa mimena. Even when he gets older, he won't sway from that path. Which means if you inculcate the child when they're young with good characteristics, with good ideas, with good desires, with good yearnings, that child will grow up good. That's the simple translation of Rashi. Rabbi Nachman, in lesson 2, speaks about this verse, and he says, Lahazir gedolim al aktanim. Lahazir means to warn, to teach, to inculcate. But lahazir is also from the word zohar, to shine, to illumine. You have to take your strengths, your energies, and shine into the child. It's not enough just to teach him. You've got to be able to exude from yourself. You have to be able to exude that service of Hashem, that desire and will to do good. You have to take it and let it pour forth until it reaches the child and the child gets it. So that's the beginning of the Parsha. Parsha starts off teaching us, then it goes into the laws of Kohanim, and then it switches. The next 3 passages cover 3 situations. One, the person has to be careful not to become impure. The second is the person should not be handicapped. And the third is that if you're going to bring a sacrifice, bring a whole sacrifice, not something that's lacking. Okay, these are the laws. And the idea behind it is not that, God forbid, we're working against handicapped people. No, can't be. Impossible. Because wherever there's a handicap, God's hand was in the middle of it. God made it happen that way. For whatever reason, we don't know. But for whatever reason, God did it. But the passages are there to teach us. 1, man should not become impure. Watch your step. Watch what you're doing. Be careful how you present whatever it is that you're doing. Be careful whatever it is that you're teaching others, that you're showing others by your behavior, whether it's physical, financial, emotional, and certainly spiritual, that your heart is in it, and you're not doing it because you're impure. right? And even if you're impure, you still got to serve Hashem. You still should serve Hashem. In fact, now it's more incumbent upon you. Why? Because a person who is righteous all the time, okay, he's righteous. What do you want from the guy? He's doing the right thing. He's a righteous guy. But what if a guy is not righteous? What if a guy is a little bit off the path? What if a guy is completely impure, right? But he also will anyway have to come back to Hashem. If not now, after he passes away, which is alluded to in the Parsha, where the Parsha says, B'vo Hashemesh v'toher, when the sun sets, then the person becomes pure. This alludes to the day of passing, when a person becomes purified because of the agony of death. But what about all the things he did during his lifetime? For that, Hashem tells us, bring a sacrifice, bring something to me, do something for me that's not problematic. Do what you can, not what you can't. Do what you can, and do everything that you can to honor Hashem. As we mentioned, Rabbi Nachman teaches that if there's honor for Hashem in what you do, great. If there's no honor for Hashem, then don't do it. When you think that way, when your whole being is meant to honor Hashem, doesn't matter what you do. You're learning, you're davening, you're eating, you're engaged in business, you're working, or you're just having a good time. But if you're going to honor Hashem, even when you do that, that's the best thing you can do. Okay. The Parsha concludes with the lighting of the candles in the temple and the bringing the shewbread, which are very important. But then it concludes, the last part is about a fella who ran into trouble. His mother was Jewish, but his father not. In Jewish law, the son follows the tribe of the father. Since he did not have a Jewish father, he was excluded from the tribe of his mother. So he went to court, went before Moshe Rabbeinu, and he complained, I have no place. They don't want me in the tribe of Dan. Moshe answered that the law is you follow your father. The man got very angry. He started cursing Hashem. Cursed Hashem. Right? Now, the Torah tells us what the laws are, but we have to think of ourselves. What does it mean he cursed Hashem? Why? Why would he curse Hashem? Because he was angry at the moment. He was so angry that he cursed Hashem. But whatever it is, they were in the desert, and he had seen the miracles in Egypt. He had seen the miracles of the Red Sea splitting. He had seen the miracles of having man every single day. I mean, the guy had a pretty good life. It wasn't perfect. Okay, we understand that. Life is not perfect for anybody, let alone for this guy. So he got angry. He forgot all the good that Hashem did for him until that point in life. Forgot everything. Didn't matter. He got angry and he cursed Hashem. And the lesson for us of this is to recognize the good that we have in life. So many good things, so many wonderful things that have happened to us in life. Oh yeah, some of us have had a very tough life. Some of us really had a struggle. My father, for instance, passed away when I was 7 years old. So I could tell you I was different than a lot of the kids in the class. It happens. But look at what Hashem did for me. I'm still here today, 70 years later. Right? It's amazing. The beauty. This fella didn't give Hashem a chance. He didn't think for a second. He got angry, he lost it. And he lost his life because of that. So the lesson for us is to think carefully what we say and always try and look for the good that we have in life. And if we have that good, then Be'ezah Hashem, we will have more good and much more good until the coming of Mashiach and the building of the Beis HaMikdash. Re'inu b'yameinu, Amen.